Something about my buttons is not working, but here we are. Hey, welcome to Daggerheart, the Broken Spine, episode 2. We ended on such a kind of cliffhanger last time. I don't want to take too long to do this, but let's go ahead and do a round of intros. Why don't we start with Lauren, that's what we did last time. We went this way, so we'll go the other way. Maggie, why don't you start? And once we come around to Carly, you just take it away. All right.
Sounds good.
Go for it, Maggie.
Maggie, I am playing Grace Halbert, the human sorcerer primal. I don't remember all the words. Hello. New gaming system, who dis?
Origin?
Yeah, Primal Origin, thank you. Primal Origin. We're all level 1 right now, so maybe that'll change later on. We'll see. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would bring us to Ed.
Oh, yeah. Hey, sorry about that. So, yeah, my name is Ed. I am playing Jim, the Simia half-clank Seraph, playing the Winged Sentinel subclass. Happy to be back here.
Excellent. We'll slide on over to Jason.
Yep. I'm Jason again, spoiler. Still Jason, haven't changed. I'm playing everybody's favorite fungus among us, Cordinarius, the Underborn, Underfoot, Fungal Rogue. Or Fungal, I should say.
Right. All right, next, why don't we go over to Lauren, and then I'm going to sneeze.
You do that, have fun. I am playing Triss, the wildborn giant guardian. And I'm excited for combat, because I'm the tank. This is what I'm here for.
Excellent. Well, in that case, maybe I will not do everything that I can to ruin combat for you. But we'll see, as I am playing Knots, the Goblin Ranger, who I can't say that she's going to be the best ally in this. We'll see how things go. And as you bring us around to Carly, take it away.
Yeah, so last we left off, we were introduced to the wonderful chaotic crew known as Innatura. They had just completed some job in Shield Harbor, and after some drunken shenanigans and getting paid, they decided that they were going to take on this job at the Whaling City to figure out if there was a gang of thieves hanging out there, plus some mysterious missing other adventure groups that had been previously hired. And they set out on the road towards the Whaling City. The first day went pretty well. Then it came time, sun's starting to go down. They start setting up camp. Knots gets really interested about berries and just kind of scurries off trying to find the ones that aren't poisonous. And she come upon a bush filled with berries and are just scooping them in when the other 3 members that had followed them, Sylvestris, Portinarius, and Kavoon, noticed some large figures moving in the background, coming out of the brush in full, aggressive mode, were 2 saber-toothed bears. So I'm going to move you guys over to the map on Roll20. Let me know if you guys can see the beautiful map provided by Chepaku. Yay, Chepaku. Woo. Yeah.
Now,
so,
I'm going to have to stop you there. If you can't do it, according to Sam Riegel.
Are you trying to say something, Jeremy? Because you are muted.
Only over here. I was not muted on the stream, but I was going to say, no, unless you can't sing it or do whatever it was that Sam did for the Chepaku.
Chepeku!
Okay, there you go.
There, we got it. I understood.
Sorry.
I got the assignment. Yeah, please go check them out. Their maps are amazing. But anyways, at the end of the last session, I spent a fear to allow me to activate these two enemies. So I get to go first in our little combat scenario. So, Foley, the first of these saber-toothed bears comes up out of the woods and moves straight at Knots and is going to attempt to bite down on Knots. So I'm spending a fear to do their specific bite maneuver, and I'm going to roll, see if I hit you, which I don't think I do, because that was a 6. Does a 6 meet your evasion score?
Oddly enough, you can not hit me with a 6.
So what does it look like when
Knots.
Knots, like, this bear doesn't bite down? What does that look like?
Well, so Knots was, had turned around and had a handful of berries and was holding them out to her friends. And all of a sudden, Kuvun and the others were like, oh. And so I turned around and was like,
oh my god, furry friends. Oh.
and then one lunged at me and I just kind of stepped to the side, more just like letting it by as opposed to like trying to avoid it attacking me. Yeah.
So as you step to the side, the other bear, saber-toothed bear, comes up and attempts to chomp at you as well. I'm pretty sure a modified 20 will hit.
Now that one, on the other hand, is going to hit.
Awesome. So you are going to become restrained, which
Okay.
means that you cannot move. You have to meet a DC 14 strength roll to get out of their bite, and you will also take first damage roll, guys. Uh, 16 points of physical damage.
Holy crap.
So where does that fall on your threshold?
So yeah, that's severe for me. I am going to block some of that with armor slots.
Yeah.
Why don't we-
So what's your armor score?
So my armor score is 3. And let's see. So that would be 6. I'd have to spend all of my armor to get it down to a minor. So I'm just going to spend 1. Bloop. Maybe. Okay, there we go. I spent 1 to reduce it to 13 points, which is a major, which
So
I
you take 2 hit points of damage as you step out of the side of the first saber-toothed bear. This other one comes out just basically from right behind it and fully just scoops you up in his jaws. And the others of you there can only see like one tiny little furry leg sticking outside of this giant saber-tooth's mouth.
Ah.
But that will bring the action to you guys. So, Grace and Jim, you can fully hear the roars and screaming of Knots and the bears in the distance.
Well, shit.
What would you like to do? Somebody gets to go first. There's no initiative. Who has something they want to do?
I'm gonna run.
Yeah, give me an agility roll. Let's see if you can get yourself into the scene.
Hold on. I am so terrified of my dice right now. 12 with fear.
I'll take that fear, thank you. Yeah, you fully run. Luckily, this is like the edge of the forest, so it's not super difficult terrain, and you just start booking it. And you manage to get up to the edge of where you could just barely see the blue leg and booted foot of Not peeking outside of one of the bears there. However, you did roll with fear, so that brings it back to me. So, the other bear is going to move up to Sylvestris, because has not noticed Cortinarius on Sylvestris's shoulder. Is going to move up to Sylvestris and just swipe at her with a claw.
Oh boy.
Well, shit.
Don't know if that'll hit. Does a 5 hit?
That is my evasion score.
Then it hits. So that will be 13 points of physical damage.
Okay, so that's my major. But I can... So, okay, trying to remember. Armor brings it down. So if I mark an armor slot, then I bring down that amount of damage by my armor score, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my major is 13, my armor is 7, so if I bring it down by 1, that takes it to 6, which is below my minor. So I wouldn't mark an HP slot then.
But you would
Or-
take a stress.
Cool, I'm gonna do what I just described.
Yeah. This bear just comes roaring and slices out at you, but you just stand firm and just stare it down with your full 12-foot height. And that
Knock it
brings
with my axe.
back
Okay.
to you guys.
So I take, just to clarify, I take an armor slot and a stress point for what I just did.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Cool. Can I just have at it? Let me at him.
Yeah. What do you
Cool.
want to do?
Okay, I am going, so with Court on riding on me, that means if I move, he moves.
Currently,
now,
yes.
unless we specify otherwise. Okay. I'm gonna give you this option. I'm moving and I'm getting in close to both of them. Do you want to come with me?
Come with.
Okay.
We help our friends and knots.
You could easily position yourself to be into close quarters with both of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how to use Roll20 because I never use. I want to move so that I'm like within close to melee range of, yeah, that works. In theory, am I in close range or very close range of knots right now too?
Yes.
Cool. Keeping that in mind. I'm gonna attack the one that has knots in its mouth.
Absolutely. Are you just attacking with your weapon?
Let's see. Yes. Actually, I'm gonna start up Unstoppable first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's fire that up. And then yeah, I'm just gonna go in with my weapon.
Yeah, go for it. Roll
Battle
roll to
axe.
attack.
I don't know. It's D10 plus 2, which means I need a different die. Hold on. There we go. Oh wait,
you
no. I
have
have
to
to
roll
the
your
attack
duality
first.
dice, yes, to see if you
Okay.
hit first.
And what do I add? Do I add anything to that? Just my strength? Or do I
Yeah,
not
whatever
add anything?
whatever the ability score is for your weapon,
Cool.
which is probably
Okay.
strength for you.
Green is fear, pink is hope. Well, if you're back here. Uh-oh. Okay, so that is a 13 total to hit. However, that's with fear. So,
Yeah. So, what is your weapon?
battle axe.
So you swing out with this massive battle axe, trying to chop down this bear that has knots in its mouth, and it fully just swings its massive arm and just knocks the battle axe out of the way, and roars you down, and in that moment you could just see Knots like hanging in its mouth.
Thanks.
And it just fully stares you down. So I will take that fear. It's also back to me. And so that one is going to reach out and just swipe at you again. The other one is going to swipe at you.
Okay.
Which I don't think hits. That's a 3.
Nope.
So, yeah, back to you guys. It swipes back at you, and you almost do the same thing. It's just like a full-on just knocking each other's swipes out of the way as it moves back to the group.
Since Triss has pulled me up here next to him, Court's going to start shaking a little bit and building up a little bit of energy, and just going to throw a bunch of spores up in the air. So I'm going to spend 2 hope and do Rain of Spores.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm going to spend another hope to add to the sneak attack on it.
Yeah.
And so this will hit both bears with necrotic spores.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Well, I rolled doubles.
Yeah, that's a crit.
A
So,
Yep.
You'll roll your 1d10 and 2d8 because you get a d8 from sneak attack and you spend an extra hope for another d8. So roll the 1d10 and 2d8 and tell me what you get.
Well, I
and
also
then
get
I'll tell you
another
what else you get.
2d10 since I had the sneak attack on them.
No. So the 2d10 is if they're vulnerable, which is a specific condition. You get the extra d8 for spending the hope for a sneak attack. So you rolling a d10 and 2d8 is your total damage.
Sorry, I thought the vulnerable was also sneak. My bad. 17.
Yeah, so the fun thing is, with criticals, you also get the max damage of the die, which means that you also get 26 damage on top of your 17.
All right.
So 43 damage to this bear, to both of these bears.
To both of them, yeah.
As you rain down all the necrotic spores just getting into their
like
lungs.
eating at their flesh as
coughing it up. They are not looking great, and they are looking very unhappy with you. You also get a hope and clear a stress from rolling a critical.
Awesome.
like Triss just standing there with her axe, like, oh.
Look at your axe. Look at the spores. Look at your axe. Just start using Court as your weapon.
You're like, hold on, Court, just climb on here real quick. All right.
But it's still your guys. Yeah, it's still your guys' turn.
Yep.
So I'm just thinking that, like, I remember my mom telling me that, you know, if we were ever trying to be eaten by animals to make ourselves as tasteless as possible or taste as bad as possible. And so, you know, I'm in there shouting at it to let me go because, you know, I'm friends, not food, but it's not listening. And so I was drinking last night and I haven't bathed today. I'm pretty ripe. I'm not even sure when the last time I did bathe was. And so I just kind of like, you know, get my armpit on that area of the tongue that really like is for gagging and just like rub it around on there. And I just want to do like I want to roll some dice for something.
Okay, well, the way to get unrestrained is to roll with strength, unless you can convince me a different stat you want to roll with.
Can I use knowledge?
Sure. Take it. You've been taught how to not be eaten by things. In fact, you have a whole game about it.
Okay. $11 and 2 is 13. Actually, my strength and my knowledge are the same. I could have just done strength. With hope. 13 with hope.
Take that hope. Unfortunately, as you're like rubbing your armpit up against the tongue, it doesn't seem to be working. In fact, combined with the necrotic spores, you seem to be getting sucked further into its throat as you're trying to
It's
get
like
out.
inhaling me. Just out of curiosity, is there anything I could have spent hope for there to roll more or do differently?
You could have, if you thought one of your experiences would apply.
I'm not
could do
sure
that.
animals are friends and not food counts there.
Somebody
so-
else could have spent a hope to give you advantage.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Good to know.
Could I-
Thank you.
Could I have used one of my prayer dice for that?
Yes, you could.
Okay. I would love to do that. I think I rolled 2 of them at the beginning of the session. So if I could expend one of them now to give Knots an additional +3, would that make a difference?
Yeah, he would get coughed right out of that person's mouth.
All right. I think
Was that roll? That roll was with a hope. Was it with hope?
It was. So 11 and 2 with 11 on the hope.
Yeah. You fully get coughed out as you feel just like an essence reaching from very far away to try and help you. But that means it's still on you guys because you succeeded.
I knew that bathing helps.
I
Jim, would you like to try and enter the scene?
I would love to try to enter the scene. That would suit me just fine. How do I
Yeah,
enter the scene?
Give me an agility roll.
All right. So that is a 13 with hope.
Yeah, so take your hope and you fully take off. It takes you a second after Grace starts moving to start moving. And you hear like the sounds of not being chomped and kind of just reach out and try to help them even though you can't see them yet. And then you fully break through the trees and see the absolute chaos that is happening across the way. You are now within very far range of... You're in the scene. So you're within very far range currently. But you succeeded, so, and with hope. But still, your guys' turn.
Cool. Can I try to attack him again?
Yeah. Who are you trying to attack? Which one?
Just go for the one that just spit not out.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll to hit.
Alright. Don't do this to me again. It did it to me again!
What'd you get?
I keep rolling 1s on my hope dice and then really high on my fear dice. That is actually a 12 and a 1. So 13 plus 2 for 15.
Yeah, that's with fear, correct?
That is with fear.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. That
Roll your
means I'm gonna
damage.
spend a charge of Unstoppable to get an extra d6. So d10, d6 plus 2. Successful attack, so I'm gonna use my Whirlwind ability to also hit the other bear.
Damage, correct?
Yes. Any additional enemies you succeed against with the ability take half damage, rounded up.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay. Not amazing. That is 10 total. Yes, so that's 10 on the one that hit not, or that was eating not, and 5 on the other one.
Alrighty, okay. Yeah, you swing through them and make pretty good contact on both of the bears that are now just looking angrily at the group of you. Now, that brings it to me because it was with fear. So, the other one is the first one is going to try and eat Not again.
Oh.
So, does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Great. Yeah, it fully tries to chomp out at you, and you just like roll out of the way super quickly as it tries to like bite down at you. The other one is going to try and latch its jaws onto Triss. That is 18
To hit? Yeah.
Yeah. So it is fully latched onto you, so you are restrained.
Oh, okay.
And you take 16 points of physical damage as it clamps down onto you.
Alright, let's... Do I spend an armor slot to get that down? Decisions. Okay, you said 16, correct? So it'd go down by 7, which would be
9.
Yeah, so I'll do 1 armor slot, and then I'll take 1 Mark 1 HP.
Awesome. I'm also you hear coming out of the woods a third
Oh no.
bear. Saber-toothed bear that is drawn by the chaos and the sounds of their wounded brethren to move into the scene. Just so you guys know, I had 4 action tokens at the start of my turn. I spent 3 of them, but that's all I'm spending, so it's back to you guys. So I still have 1 extra one sitting on the tracker. But it is back to you.
Somebody not
Just
me go, because I keep rolling and there keeps being more bears.
just for context, Jim and I are like...
Yep, at the bottom left corner now. You are in the scene on the map.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna run in and try to help Triss.
Yeah, so if you want to move all the way into melee, that's going to be a pretty high DC agility roll. If you want to move in just like a close amount of movement and do a ranged attack, you don't have to make an extra roll besides whatever your ranged attack is.
I'm gonna move in and make a ranged attack.
Yeah, so you can move about 30 feet forward, so you can just scooch your... It doesn't have to be exact, you can just scooch your token forward. And,
well, it would help if I could. It would help if I could grab my token.
Can you not grab it?
My thing is blocking it.
Here,
right
I will just move you up, approximately. Yeah, and you can totally fire anything that's far or very far you can use in this moment.
Hold on. Okay, cool. I'm gonna use Unleash Chaos.
Yeah, who are you attacking?
I'm attacking the saber-toothed bear that's holding onto Triss.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, I need to make a spellcast roll.
Correct.
So that's 2d12, right?
Yep, plus your instinct for you.
Okay, cool. Ah! Hold on. I dropped a d12. That's 14.
Just hits. Just hits. Take your hope and describe to me what your magic looks like as it wheels out at the bear.
Okay, so. There we go. That was weird. So, I run up and then take a powerful stance, and my hair kind of starts to float up a little bit, and I stick my hand out, and out of my hand comes these snakes that are see-through and just whip out, and they latch on to the saber-toothed bear.
Okay. roll your damage.
Hold on. Hold on. I need to find a D10. I'm so prepared, guys. That's 9 damage.
All right. Yeah. These snakes, these ethereal snakes, just kind of skitter blindingly fast across this little clearing, and just fully latch on to the bear on all around its like neck and arm, and just sink in before just disappearing into wisps of air. The bear is struggling, but it is still holding on to Triss.
I think for this whole time, Jim has continued running. You know, he's been gathering speed. You know, what was beginning as like a trundling thing is now a full gallop. And as he runs, he roars, and his jaw opens wider and wider as he roars, and a light and a heat begins to gather within his chest as the roar becomes a scream, and then a beacon of blinding light flashes out of his mouth towards that bear, towards the saber-toothed bear that has Triss in its jaws. I'm going to use the bolt beacon spell to try to zap that sucker.
Absolutely. Give me the spellcast roll. And
So that is a 20 with fear.
okay, well, I will take that fear, but that hits. Your beacon of light strikes true onto this bear that is latched onto Triss.
That's
Roll
going
your
to
damage.
do 8 magic damage and make it vulnerable. And I'm imagining
Well-
that... Go ahead.
Well, as you do this 8 magic damage, what does it look like as this bear falls to the ground dead?
I think that it's just seared, you know. It's the smell of burnt hair just floods this clearing as, you know, its fur crisps away, revealing flesh that then begins to burn, and then the intensity of the light, rather than burning it a little bit by a little bit, just seems to hit it all at once, and it just disintegrates into a pile of ash.
Yeah, fully just a pile of ash on the ground. The other bear that just entered the scene, seeing this bear flash into ash, just charges up onto Triss. They're not super intelligent. They totally think Triss did it. Charges up to Triss and tries to jump onto Triss. Does a 14 hit? So you're restrained again.
Damn it.
Poor Triss.
And you take 13 points of physical damage.
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna take, that's my major, so I'm just gonna take the 2 HP because I only have 1 armor slot left. Yeah, so she just fucking just takes it.
The other bear that is looking kind of injured is fully gonna try and bite Knots again. It's just going to town trying to grab Knots back into their mouth. They're the perfect size. They just want to eat you. I don't think that's a 10 again, so they fully miss. You're just still rolling out of the way as this bear is just trying to get you back in its mouth.
As it comes down to bite, I'm gonna take his, like, I was in its mouth with a bunch of berries, and so now I just have like berry goo in my hands.
Yeah.
And I want to like try and like rub it in its eye, not to like blind it, but like that stings, and be like,
Look what you did. Look. And like point at the dead one. Just go away. Bread, not food. Ugh.
can we call that animals
Sure.
are friends, not food?
So what is your goal with this? What
Just
are you trying to
chase
get
it away.
with this
I'm trying
move?
to chase the injured one away.
Yeah, you could do friends not food. But that's gonna be a presence roll.
Okay. I mean, what's a -1?
Not much in the grand scheme of things.
Well, that is a 14 with fear.
Okay, well, I'll take that fear. Yeah, you start going like this, and like the motion with just the red color totally kind of freaks it out, and it just starts like, you can see that it's gonna start backing up.
Okay.
It hasn't moved terribly far from you guys, but it is starting to kind of back up into the woods.
You know,
The other one is fully just gonna keep chomping down on Triss that it now has in its mouth. Since you are in its mouth and restrained, it does have advantage to try and swipe at you with its claws. So that will be a 14 to hit.
Yup. I only got 5 evasion, so.
For 9 points of physical damage as like it slices its claws up while it's latched onto your arm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take that HP.
But it's back to you guys.
Court will slide down Triss. Bear not hurt friend Triss. And he'll like move over here, pull out his hairpin that he got recently, and just kind of try to prison shank this guy a few times. And I'll spend another hope to add another sneak attack dice on it.
why does Court know what
Yeah.
prison shank is?
No, that's me describing it.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
don't know what he's gotten up to.
Right? Who
We
am
know
I
he steals.
traveling with?
22?
Yeah. That'll
And that's with
hit.
hope. Yep.
So you'll get whatever your dagger damage is, which I think is a D8 plus 2.
Yep.
Plus an additional 2d8, so it'll be 3d8 plus 2.
Yep, only 13.
Yeah, you start just stabbing into this bear, and it's fully just looking at this little. This
I'm like
little
getting up underneath the
mushroom.
belly since, you know.
Like, what are you doing? But yeah, you're making purchase into the bear.
You know, through all of this, Kavoon has just been like kind of pacing around, licking his paws, his ears flit a couple of times. Then he decides it's probably time to get Knots out of there. He goes over and just picks Knot up by the back of her like vest and carries her away from being eaten. So moving out to close.
Yeah, if you're just moving, you still have to make a roll. Movement as part of an action is free, but if you're just moving within combat, you do have to make a roll. But Kavoon does have advantage right now on everything, so it's an instinct roll plus a d6 to just kind of move wherever you want to move.
That is a 26.
Yeah, easily. You literally could move anywhere. Kavoon can move Knots anywhere in the scene that Kavoon wants to.
There we go.
Jim or Grace? Anything you want to do?
Yes. I'm gonna cast Rune Ward and
Rune
toss it.
Rune Ward is just always activated. that's just the way that it works, because it doesn't, its function only happens if you get hit, but you can give it to someone else.
I'm gonna yeet it to Triss.
Sick. I was not paying attention to my own stuff. I have resistance to physical damage. What does that mean in this game?
Anytime that they've done physical damage, it would be half damage.
I will keep that in mind in the future, because that would have been nice to remember.
Magic damage, you would still take full damage,
Yes.
but physical damage, you would take half damage.
So I was like, wow,
if you're trying to throw this to her, I'm gonna need a finesse roll to see if you can throw this trinket. What does your trinket look like as you're trying to chuck it to Triss?
It looks like a brooch that has a lyre on it. It's like a gold circle, but it's a brooch with like a lyre engraved into it. So I'm gonna take it off and I'm going to say, Triss, catch! And attempt to throw it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend 2 hope to give myself inspiration.
Or advantage, yeah, absolutely.
And yeah. So advantage is +6, or is it?
It's plus a D6.
Reroll. Plus a D. Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you want me to roll the D6 first, or do you want me to roll the D12 first?
Just roll it all together. Because it's going to be the 2D12 plus the D6, and then you tell me what hope or fear is.
I rolled a 10.
Total?
I rolled a 10 total. With fear.
Is that including your D6?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well,
pretty large.
Luckily,
person. It's hard to miss.
I mean, luckily that is not too far off the DC. So you like chuck it, but it doesn't actually like Triss. It's not close enough for Triss to catch it. It like lands in the grass, like down, like you know, within melee range of her by her feet. But she will have to like try and pick it up. But she just tossed this like golden brooch trinket at you and was like, catch! But it was like impossible for you to catch. As it just kind of
like
into the ground next to you.
Side, it has like the one arm that's restrained and just like.
Could I ask a question here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a feature called reassurance.
Oh, for sure.
And
you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, it says after an ally attempts an action roll, well, and in this case, before the consequences take place, so I'm a little late, but you may offer assistance or words of support. When you do, they may re-roll their dice. And I feel like
yeah, absolutely allow
Grace
you to
could
do
really
it in
use
this
a
case.
re-roll here. So I think Jim would want to provide words of assurance.
Is that including the D6?
Yes, it's a full reroll.
Nice.
Grace, I believe in you. You can do this.
That's a 15.
Okay, yeah, no, you can catch it. You now have this trinket,
Yes.
and functionally this trinket is you get to roll a d8 when you take damage, and you get to reduce damage by the number rolled. If you roll an 8, it loses its magic until the next short rest.
Okay.
But you now have this trinket that will allow you.
Sick. That
to do
combined
that.
with actually remembering my abilities should.
Was
make
that
this
with
a little
fear
easier.
or hope?
Goes with hope.
Awesome. Yeah, it's still your guys' turn.
Wait, does that mean I get hope?
Yeah.
I want to try and get out of this bear.
Yeah, that's a strength roll.
Okay.
To try and get out of the jaws of this
Yeah,
bear
I'm
that was
gonna
fighting
flavor
down
it.
on
Triss
you.
like catches the amulet, and then in the same motion as she like brings the fist down, is gonna headbutt with her antlers the bear as like trying
Yeah.
to stun and then pull away.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's do this. Okay. Well. I need new dice. That
Yeah.
is. Ooh. Okay, so hold on. Part of Unstoppable says you can spend stress to reroll any single dice you've rolled. Would
Yes.
that apply here?
Let me see if I can look at it. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but
Yeah, 'cause I wasn't sure if that applied for just like damage die, because that's
yeah, no, it's any single die. So you could choose to like re-roll just a hope or just a fear if you wanted to. You do have to take the stress to do it, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll my hope because I don't want to do another fear. Okay.
What'd you get?
3, now it's a 4.
Total
No, it's a total of 7.
with
With hope.
what? Yeah. So take your hope, but you're like try to headbutt it, and its head is much harder than you thought it was
Like,
going to be, and it's still fully grasped onto you, and it goes for another like claw at your stomach.
Okay.
Wait,
At
did you have double
advantage.
3s before?
No, I rolled a 1 and a 3,
Oh.
and then I chose to
that's-
re-roll my 3, and I got a 4.
It was an 18 hit.
New dice. Yes.
That's 15 points of physical damage,
Have
which means that it's 7 because it's always. Sorry, no, they always round up, so it's 8, and then you
Okay.
can roll your rune ward as well. So roll a
Oh,
d8.
sick. 3.
So yeah, it's 5 points of physical damage.
Cool. So
As it
that's
claws
under
at
my minor, so I don't take it. I don't mark any.
So you take a
HP.
stress. Yeah, you take a stress.
Okay. So
And then if
This
you
is-
ever get full up on stress and would need to take a stress, you would take a hit point instead.
cool. So trying to get this all in order. So it's if it's under my minor, I take a stress, but if it's over, I just mark the HP.
Yep.
Cool. Anyway.
Yeah. I have a lot of action trackers here, guys.
Oh,
So,
no.
because you guys rolled a lot with hope, congratulations. Fully, another bear comes out of the woods.
I think we found all the bears.
Right? This is like where they spawn,
Hopefully.
and the spawn
Yeah,
these are
cycle's just
bears.
broken.
Well, first of all, these are saber-tooth bears, which you would know travel in packs.
Oh, well.
I'll
They're
point
not
to
like
Knots.
bears in
We
our
think
world.
He has, or she has all the berries.
Do we know
This
what their
other one
favorite
is-
food is?
1 second, it's still my turn, but we can get to that when
Okay.
it comes back to you guys. This one is going to keep backing up, so that uses an action. As it's kind of just looking around a little terrified and a little unsure what to do. There was a crazy goblin waving red hands in its face. It doesn't know what to do. Yeah, but that brings it back to you guys. I, for your information, still have 2 actions on the action tracker that were left over.
Is Grace the type of person or the type of fighter who likes to be up close and personal in a fight like this?
Normally, yes. It's just she just hasn't had the opportunity to get up close and personal.
So if you're up for it, I'd like to spend my 3 hope and initiate a tag team maneuver.
Ooh.
Please do it.
Yes.
Because I think I
Yes.
think both Jim and Grace have just been running towards their friends the other members of Innatura. And at this point, Grace might actually have an idea what's about to happen next, as the sound of metal screeching and sort of moans seems to come out of Jim as a pair of mechanical wings unfold from his back, and sparks and ash and smoke begin to billow out from him as that glow just reaches an absolute, like, blinding intensity. And Jim grabs up Grace and takes to the sky and just absolutely barrels in an aerial assault on this this bear that has our friends in its jaws.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what is going to happen is both of you are going to roll 2d12s and add your applicable modifier for whatever you're trying to do. In this case, like for Jim, it would be strength, and whatever magic you're trying to add would probably be instinct, unless you're using something else. And then you'll take the higher, or well, you don't have to take the higher. You get to take whichever result you want of the two that are rolled. And then if there's damage involved, your damage stacks for the result of, like, beating thresholds. So let's have you guys roll and see what happens.
So Jim rolls a 17 with fear.
Rolled a 10 with fear.
Oh, that would
Oh.
I add my strength, like if I'm doing a physical attack, or
Yep.
is that just for damage? Okay.
Nope, you get to
And
add your
then-
strength.
So that would be a 19
Oh.
then with fear.
And then I'm doing magic, right? So I'm
Presuming.
I'm using
that's
my
what I'm
hand.
assuming that's what
I'm
you're
doing-
doing.
I'm using my hand runes.
Yeah, so whatever modifier that is, you would
So that's an
roll with
11.
that. So I'm pretty sure you're going to take the 19 with fear. So, yeah, you guys you zoom across carrying Grace. Do you, like, drop Grace? What are you guys trying to do in this moment? Explain it to me. Paint a picture.
So Jim actually fights with arcane gauntlets, and if Grace is using hand runes, I'm imagining that this is a very physical attack. That we are both just magically punching the living bejesus out of this thing, just coming at it like a comet.
Yeah, so fully, you're, like, holding Grace with one hand, have your arm out kind of like Superman with the other hand in your gauntlets. She has both of her hands out for the runes, and you just are barreling straight across. You're not even that far off the ground, just barreling full speed straight across into this bear that is latched onto Triss. Roll your damage dice and tell me what you guys get.
I got a 10.
I got a 17.
So it's 27 total. Yeah, you guys fully barrel into this bear and almost punch a hole straight through its, like, stomach. It has still managed to maintain its latch on Triss, though, but it fully has, like, a giant chunk of its, like, middle portion just gouged out of it. But that was with fear, which means that it's back to me. So this bear gonna move up and chomp down on Jim. I don't think that does a 7 hit.
A 7 does not hit me.
So it fully tries to bite you, but you're in the zone now and manage to just deflect it away. The other bear is going to just keep clawing at Triss. You're in its mouth. It's just going to town. A 14.
Yes.
6 points of physical damage to 3 plus whatever the rune ward does.
2.
So it's 1 point of physical damage. So you take a stress.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back to you guys.
I'm a.
No, go ahead.
I might just drink my stamina potion real quick because I racked up that stress really quickly.
Absolutely.
Good plan.
So roll a d4.
Yep, I need to find one. I'll use my unstoppable one and just put it back. 3. Okay, cool.
To clear 3 stress.
Yes.
Knots, did you want to do something?
Yeah, so grumbling to myself and about bears being grumpy and not being friends, I get up on Kavoon's back and I stand up and I pull out this double-ended knife, essentially, and I focus in on the one that's holding Triss. And as I wing it at its eye, like a little tear drops. But I'm going to use Ranger's Focus to spend a hope and make an attack with my weapon, which will be... That is 15?
Yeah, which one are you doing the one that's on Triss?
Yes.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, and that was with hope. And
Yeah, take your hope.
Ah, the D4s are confusing me. No. Okay, there we go. That is 12. Do you add finesse to that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So 12.
Not unless you have an ability that tells you to.
I don't see one. So that's 12
Then
damage. And if it survives...
It does not survive.
Okay.
So how do you slaughter this poor bear?
Right. As it's like going to like... I also am having flashbacks of being ragdolled by that direwolf, so watching this bear try to do that to Triss, I'm just like, and so I wing it, and as its head comes up at a certain angle, it goes like right through its eye and into its brain and just shudders for a moment and then collapses down. And I just sigh and I hold my hand out and the knife wiggles and then flies back into my hand.
Yeah, the bear that was holding you, this knife just comes swinging by you, and then it just fully plunks to the ground. It's kind of anticlimactic, but
No.
but it fully just slumps off of you, and you're just left with your massively like bleeding arm.
Yep.
But it's still your guys' turn because he rolled with hope.
Yeah, I'm free now. Let's do some stuff. How many bears are there now? 2?
2. One is is like in the bushes, kind of just hasn't attacked in a minute, and then there's the one that just tried to chomp Jim.
Okay, so I see 3 around us.
Yeah, the ones that are upside down are dead.
Oh, okay, so there's 1, and then there's that one over there. I see.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
Also, Court, you haven't gone in a minute. Do you have anything you want to do?
I was actually gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I was gonna ask if you wanted to do a combo move, because we joked
that
about
would be
putting him on
awesome.
my axe, and then I went, oh wait, actually, hold on.
Yeah, let's do a combo move. Spend that 3 hope.
Yeah, I
Let's
do.
do
I
it.
have 3 hope, and I think Trish will like shake the arm and then like pick up her axe and sort of just extend the axe head towards Court for him to just climb on.
Okay.
I'll
I'll hold on for dear life.
Yeah, I imagine there's like some sort of nature, like either the bark stuff that you hold on to on her armor, or like vines that you can kind of like hold on to. And I don't know if you want to like fire up spores or do something else, but I'm thinking mushroom death axe just at the last remaining bear.
Yeah, as you start swinging down and bringing up the momentum, Cord will drop off towards the end of it and just go flying towards the bear with 2 little daggers stuck out at the end like a little Superman stab.
Yes.
Using that momentum.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'll spend a
so
hope with that to do some extra sneak attack.
Yes. So both of you will roll your 2d12s, and then you get to choose which roll, and then add your attack modifier.
I'm using
to your
different
2d12
dice this
roll.
time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Carly, but those ones that I were rolling were both yours.
I've got a
It's
16
okay.
with hope.
A 10 with hope.
Pretty sure you're gonna want to take the 16 with hope. You both get to take the hope from that roll because it's a combo move.
Ew.
So you both get to get a hope back. It does hit. So roll
Yes.
your damage for your attacks, which I believe will be a 3d8 for
Yep, 3d8 plus
Court.
2 here.
Yep. And then whatever your battle axe is.
Cool.
18.
8.
Yeah, so that'll be 26 damage as you guys swing in. There's just this moment where like Court kind of bounces off of the axe, and you guys, the 2 little daggers and the axe swipe through at like the same moment, and the bear just roars in pain, but it is still standing and is staring you down. But it's still your turn.
I like to imagine there's also just like the tiniest like Wilhelm scream as that happens.
Like probably like bounce off its fur.
Cat's back.
Oh,
Anybody else have something they want to do? The bear is
Yeah,
still
please.
there.
Hand runes.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. I'm terrified to use your dice, Carly, because I've rolled 2 1s on it already.
Well, you should roll 2 1s at the same time.
I rolled an 11 or 12. Sorry.
Yeah, you slash out with a hand rune, but in its rage, it just like kind of knocks your hand away, and you aren't able to strike it true. But it does swipe back with its hand and attacks you, Grace. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so it just knocks back at you, and you take
Oh wait, sorry.
10
How
points
close
of
is
physical
Grace to me?
She's
She's
right
right
next to
me.
you.
I'm gonna spend a stress to use the I am your shield ability.
Absolutely. It's 10 points of physical damage, which is 5, and then you can use the rune word.
Can't see my cat's in the way. Oh wait, that's a D8. Sorry, no, that's a D10. I need to roll a D8. I was like 9, huh?
That's the best D8 ever.
I think you
So
broke
good.
it.
3.
So you take 2 damage, which I believe is a stress for you.
Mm-hmm. I am racking up the stress again, but that's fine.
Yeah. So I did that. Jim, did you want to do something?
I'm finding it like a little challenging to know like when or how I could use my prayer dice to change the outcome of this stuff. So that's what I had in mind. It's a little. I'm finding it challenging to sort of get in here because things are moving awful fast.
Right. I completely understand. I will try to give you a moment to breathe. By this point, you guys will have figured out that it's a DC 14, so you need a 14 to hit this creature. So that should help inform you a little bit on when your prayer dice can be.
Can you only use it
helpful.
to support your allies' attacks and stuff, or can you also use it to hinder them being attacked?
It's pretty versatile. It says reduce incoming damage, add to a roll result, or giving hope to people.
Gotcha.
But I don't think that covers like debuffing the bear, right?
I think the reducing
reducing
damage,
income damage.
Yeah.
But I mean, Triss already sort of has that covered.
True.
Now that she knows, now that
Right.
she remembers.
Look, there's a lot of stuff in my character sheet. I'm new to this.
Oh, I know. We all are. Cool. It's all good.
I forgot my cat
yeah.
for like 3 rounds.
You could also, just at any point, you could just decide that you want to transfer it into Hope also to spread out to your party, if you wish. But it is back to you guys. It is your turn. There is a bear. There's one bear that's still like rumbling in the bushes, and there's one that is fully still in combat with you.
That one that's in the bushes, is that the one that was kind of scared of me?
Yeah.
So is there like a diet that these bears have? Is it like goblins, or is it like just any meat, or are they omnivores?
You can give me a knowledge or instinct roll. I will let it be your choice.
Let's do instinct. Well, that's an 8 with hope.
You're not sure. You're pretty sure they just like to eat goblins. The goblins are absolutely their favorite food.
Well, I don't have any goblin in my nomadic pack because I'm not a cannibal yet. I am gonna spend a hope and rummage around in my pack and be like, I think I've got some cooked sausages in here or something, and
absolutely.
Pull
we will
one
get
out.
to that. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second because technically you failed your roll. So
I see. Yeah, totally. That makes
you got a
sense.
hope, but you failed your roll. So we can get back to that in a second. While the bear tries to chomp at Grace again. 17 hit.
I can take it again if you want.
No, it's okay. I haven't taken any damage, so like,
Oh,
why are
okay.
you taking that damage?
Because that's what I do.
It is fully chomped down onto your shoulder, and you are restrained, and you take, you rolled really high, I'm so sorry, 20 points of physical damage.
Okay. I'm gonna mark one armor slot.
Yeah. What's your armor score?
7.
So it's 13 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is my severe.
Yeah. Well, then why? What's your severe score?
It's
Is it 13? So you would take 3 points either way. You would have to spend 2 armor slots for it to be worth using.
Let me pitch in
20 points is not double your severe, so whether
know.
you're taking 20 or 13, you're taking 3 points of damage. So you might as well not spend the armor slot.
Let me pitch in my prayer dice here to remove it by additional 2, which would
Okay,
take
so then
her
in
down
that
to the
case, you would
major.
take to major. Yes. So you would take 2 hit points of damage.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, it's back to you guys.
Guess I'm
The
just
bear
gonna try
has
to
grace
stab
in
the
its
bears.
jaws. Yeah, go for it. Stab it.
Go
Stab,
get
stab,
it.
stab, 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 stab.
Get it.
And I will
Get
spin
it.
a hope again, and hope
Yeah.
I can keep rolling hope. This would be a horrible roll. That would be a 11 with fear. So
Yeah,
Not
you
so
try
much.
you're like trying to stab it, but it keeps like, it doesn't even notice you down there, but it's somehow just like magically missing every little stab that you try to make as it's like tearing into Grace. Speaking of, it goes back to Grace and just chomps further.
No.
Does a 17 hit?
You've rolled a 17 every time to hit me.
I know, I've rolled like a 14 every time to hit Triss, too. It's been wild. Oh, I rolled low. That's 7 points of physical damage. As it bites further into you.
I'm gonna take an armor slot, because that's my
Yeah,
armor.
so it takes
So I
it to
just take the
0,
stress?
so no, you don't take anything, because you reduced it to 0.
Oh, hey!
But it's your guys' turn. It's going to town on Grace.
Can I go? Because I kind of went earlier.
Yeah, it's flexible as long as nobody else has anything. It's just, we just don't want like it overwhelmed. Like if you tried to do like 4 actions in a row and nobody's
Oh
done
yeah,
it.
no.
But yeah, for sure. You're in its mouth.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna hand ruin it to the face to try to get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say you could take advantage because you were fully in it. You're right next to it. You're fully in its
Okay.
mouth.
That is. Hold on. That's 18 with fear.
Okay, well, I will take that fear. But yeah, you fully like strike it straight in the eye as you reach out with your hand rune. Roll your damage.
That's 6.
All right. Yeah. It gives a little roar, like, but its mouth is still fully clamped on you and just goes. It was with fear, so it's just gonna bite down again. And that'll feel you modified 20 to hit. Do you feel better about that?
Wasn't 17 at least.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll spend another stress to do Iron Shield. Grace is getting wailed on.
I don't think it'll work because it's on me. It's grappling
It's
me.
fine. I will say, because
Oh.
it's a special ability, I will say you can spend a stress, but it'll split the damage between the two of you. Instead of you taking all of it,
Okay.
it'll split the damage because she is in her mouth. So
Valid. Okay.
if you still want to do
Just
it,
me like grabbing the jaw and being like, no.
So just a quick thing here. I
Okay.
think all of us need to take the dice we've been rolling and flip whether or not you're doing fear or hope, because we keep rolling
Yeah, for
fear
real,
a
God.
lot.
Yeah.
So you can still do that if you want, or you can
I'm
decide.
pulling out
not
my
to.
crystal.
Ignore
I'm
it.
pulling out my crystal.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I'll still do it.
Okay.
I just want to know for the record, the people that's getting beat up the most because their dice are bad are the ones that Carly provided dice to.
To be fair, I've been rolling with Carly's dice too, and I've been doing pretty well. So
Yeah. It's
She cursed their dice.
these ones
before
too. I need to cleanse them.
Have you rolled your new ones yet?
I haven't unpacked my bags from con, so they're still just like
Okay.
buried in there somewhere.
Anyways, that was 20 points of physical, so that's 10 points of physical damage to each of you, which is 5 to Lauren, plus you can roll your rune ward.
Okay. 3, so it takes down to 2.
Stress!
I am full up on stress. Anyone by chance have a stamina potion on him?
Well, there's that
What
group. Your group
Oh, were there
pile of
stamina
potions.
potions in that?
Yeah, there was 3 healths and 2 staminas.
If I
Cool, I'm
remember
gonna say I
correctly.
have.
Oh, good.
Obviously, you have
I'm gonna
one
say
of
that I
them.
have one of those stamina potions.
Absolutely, you can absolutely say that you have one of those stamina potions. Now there's only one stamina potion in the group pile.
So if I remember correctly, when stress fills, you take a point of damage and it resets.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
No, it doesn't reset
Okay.
until you clear stress. So
Gotcha.
if you have your stress full up, it's just going to be damage.
Okay.
Maggie, did you reduce that at all, or did you take the full 10? You're muted.
That's weird. That's weird. I clicked the button to unmute. That is so weird. Love technology. I will take the full 10.
Okay.
So
But it is back to you guys.
that's cool.
I'm gonna drink the stamina potion real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Clear some stress.
2, not great. That's fine.
I think Jim is both concerned for his friends and also maybe a little bit offended that they're being attacked over him. So he wants to establish himself as a force on the battlefield and maybe just cave one of these bears' skull in if he can. So
Yeah, go for
go
it.
ahead and have him do an
Please.
attack.
You know, if you notice, no one has attacked the fungrel either, and I think it's a natural reflex with animals because they're like, "Oh crap, I've eaten one of those before and wasn't good on my tummy."
There
Well,
also
they
was
didn't
the-
attack in the beginning because they couldn't see him. And then just the way that the swaps happened, I kind of have been attacking the last person that
Yeah.
went in the thing, and that was never the
Also, when there's someone casting snakes at you and a 12-foot tall giant and
Right.
a mechanical monkey man, I think they're gonna ignore the mushroom.
I'm
But
just
if I go
saying
to,
it might be a.
But Jim, what did Jim roll to hit the bear?
Jim, I think, came up a little short, rolling a 13 with fear.
Yeah. So you try to smack down with your arcane gauntlet on this bear that is latched onto Grace, and it fully just kind of shoulder checks it out of the way, and it just glances off of its body as you try to do that. Was that with hope or fear?
With fear.
Okay.
I was
Might have
gonna-
something to do. Yeah.
What?
No, I was
What?
gonna make an argument that seeing me in pain would give him advantage, and I would
Do you
spend
want
a
to
hope
spend
for that.
hope? Yeah, go
I was
for
gonna
it.
spend a hope for that.
Yeah, spend that hope. Let's see if it's gonna succeed.
Right.
So you can roll your damage. You hit it. You
It
fully
was a-
strike
it
it
was a
on the
one.
shoulder. Yeah, it
It was a
hits.
one.
You strike it on the shoulder.
There you
Roll
go.
your damage, Jim.
Gotcha. All right. So that is 11 points of magical damage.
Yeah.
And I'm
that,
imagining that Jim's arcane gauntlets, I'm flavoring them as stones that he usually carries in his pockets, but when he takes them out and holds them in his fists, they surround him with magical power. And I'm imagining that he sort of tosses them back and forth and then actually tosses both of them into his right hand and just absolutely smashes into one of those bears, just really trying to do some damage to it.
You fully smash into it really hard, but almost, unfortunately, as a reaction, it bites down harder onto Grace because it goes back to me because you rolled with fear. So, oh, I think this will make you happy. Does a 6 hit?
It doesn't.
So it like tries to, it like clenches its jaw as a reaction almost, but you manage to like flex just in time that it doesn't dig into any deeper into your shoulder. So that's back to you guys. This bear is looking rough. It is on its last legs.
Can I ruin it to the face again?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying with another one of your dice, Carly.
Okay.
16
Hits. With
hope.
take your hope.
Thank you, Brennan Lee Mulligan. I was like, wait, what? I rolled with hope. What do I do now?
Roll your damage, obviously.
Yeah, 5.
How do you finish this bear off as you're in it?
Yes. I basically just I just keep punching it in the eye, and I just say, "Look what you made me do!"
And as you finish it just drops, and both of you kind of drop to the ground as you drop out of its jaws, and it drops dead to the ground. That will bring us out of our action tracker, out of our combat, and we're about halfway through, so I feel like this is a good time to take a break.
Huzzah!
You survived. Let's see what happens next.
Right? All right, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you then. Welcome back, everybody. We're now in the back half of episode 2 of Daggerheart: The Broken Spine. We've just survived a dire bear attack, despite Carly's
bears.
Right, sorry, saber-tooth bear, despite Carly's dice trying to kill us. And with that,
yes. So you have just survived a saber-tooth bear, like, wandering pack attack. Something about not just dash through the woods looking for berries, just set them off. Also, they just really like goblins. Goblins are their favorite food. So...
And now we know.
You just... The final bear, well, at least the final one that's attacking you, has just collapsed dead to the ground.
I kind of nudge Kavoon to go up, because there's the other one that's kind of off in the trees and such.
Yeah, it's off in the bushes and the trees. Kind of, you can hear it still kind of wandering around.
Kid, go on. Don't you come back here.
Cord will move in front of Triss, be between it and the bear, and like shaking his knives at it.
Yeah, give me a presence roll. One of the two of you can give me a presence roll.
Go ahead.
Or you both can.
Yeah, I feel like this should be
there's
you.
the risk of getting lots of fear. Not that I don't already have 8 fear still.
Right?
So.
Right.
I'm just curious there, Court. What is your presence?
It's average.
Mine's not average. It's sub-average. So you should, if we're going to try and intimidate this bear, shouldn't be me.
I was gonna say, can I help them with minor illusion and create like something scary behind them? God. I didn't even put 2 fingers up. I
I mean, Trish is
Yeah,
standing
no,
behind them.
absolutely.
That's
What do you minor illusion behind them to try and scare away the bear?
I'm terrified of putting my hand up now. To be quite honest, sorry. I conjure up a bigger, nastier version of Knot, like a me-sized version of Knot, but
Yeah.
with like fangs and like foam coming out of the mouth.
Absolutely. So you can roll a d6 to add to Court's roll.
All right. Court will try not to be scared of this giant illusion as well.
Oh, well, you can tell it's an illusion because you're right next to it.
Do you want to see what I rolled in roll 20?
No.
Uh-oh.
I see it.
Double fives.
Oh.
Well, it's a 2. I rolled a 2, so
Oh, it's a crit.
Critical success. It's a critical success.
Hey.
So Court's just, and the bear just turns tail and books it away. Just is running away. So you can take a hope and clear a stress for your critical success.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the final and only not dead bear is fully just booking it further into the woods in fear of the terrifying Court and the frothing illusion of Knots.
And it's dropping my children along the way. That was one of the spored bears.
You just created our future BBEG. Just saying. That thing is
Saber's
coming
more
back for us, right?
Oh god.
So you're in this clearing with the 3 dead bears that you've managed to kill. Presuming that you look over the bodies, you do manage to find things that they've like swallowed or eaten, and just loot drop, yay. So you find within like the stomachs of these saber-toothed bears a improved rapier, which is a presence weapon that it's improved, so it does a little more damage than your regular rapier does. You find improved full plate, so it's full plate armor that does a little bit more than regular full plate armor. You find a skeleton key, which is a key that I believe this is. Sorry, I have to scroll up to find the wording on it. It allows you to do a finesse roll at advantage when attempting to open a locked door.
Mm.
You find a charm potion, which is a one-time use consumable that allows you to take a +1 to your next presence roll. It's one-time use. And then you find some leaves, known as Varic leaves, that one of you can use these Varic leaves to immediately gain 2 hope. It's a consumable also. It's a one-time use. So these are the items that you manage to scavenge. You find a lot of other stuff like broken vials and things. Obviously, they eat people.
Someone in plate, apparently.
Right? No wonder they were angry.
Like Trish cuts that door open and is like,
Oh my god.
The plate looks tiny. Like in it looks like it was made for like a foot tall fairy or something like that.
That makes
But
more sense.
But it is magical, which means that it can be sized to whoever is going to wear it.
But no wonder they were cranky. They probably been stuck up for like days.
Oh god.
So you can decide amongst yourselves how you wish to hand out those items.
Do we want to put the
Can we wash these
consumables
off
in the?
beforehand?
Yes. Do we want to put the consumables in the pot of consumables that
I
we've.
think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So who's
does
going to keep
anyone-
track of the pot of consumables?
I'll do it.
So currently in the pot of consumables is 3 minor health potions, 1 minor stamina potion, and then you have now added 1 charm potion and 1 Varic leaves.
Does anyone else benefit from plate?
Not I. Or not we.
I mean, I think anyone can wear whatever armor they want, right? So
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's more like whose style or like play style
Mhm.
benefits from that kind of damage reduction.
What is the armor like class total? Because I'm like interested in it. It's the issue of just like this 5
Yes.
evasion hasn't been doing much for me.
What?
Yeah. So, improved full plate armor has a base armor score of 10.
Okay.
So it reduces by 10 plus whatever other abilities like add to your armor score. But it is very heavy, which means that you have -2 to evasion and -1 to agility, just like regular full plate.
That was why I was avoiding plate in general with the agility. Okay. I mean, I did just up my agility.
So, with stuff like this, if we find something that isn't necessarily beneficial, is there somewhere in the world that we can go and trade it out for things?
there's called towns.
Yeah, like in the towns,
Yeah.
can we go to like the magic shop and say, I would like to change this out? So maybe that's an option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I mean, on the opposite side, your 5 evasion obviously wasn't doing much for you, so is it really gonna hurt? Is it really gonna hurt much to make it 3 in armor score?
Yeah, no, it's not the evasion that because I was like, why? Like the trade-off for like 5 evasion isn't doing much for me. So like the trade-off is good, but the agility I think is what worries me a little bit. But also like 10 armor sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So I might snag that if nobody else wants it.
All yours.
Sick.
And then the improved rapier is a presence weapon that... Sorry, let me scroll to find my little stuff. Oh, wrong one. Improved rapier is a melee presence weapon that does a D8 plus 2 of physical damage. It's one-handed. And it's light, which means that if you have it equipped, it gives you a +1 to agility.
Nice. I mean, so far I know Court has bonus or presence. Is anyone else a presence person? It is not a thing for me. Tris?
+2.
Yeah.
Grace. I'm +0. I'm just average.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking you had +1.
I think Grace raised her hand on that. She's higher.
I have +2.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you
That
can teach
sounds-
the rapier, and just so you know, is you can always have an inventory weapon, which is a weapon that's not equipped. And if you want to swap out of combat, it's free. You just swap your weapons. If it's in combat, it costs you a stress to swap.
Oh,
your
nice.
weapons.
For
What
some
was that
reason,
at?
I read that rule as it costs you a stress no matter what, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. But if it's in combat, that
No.
makes
That's
sense.
it's only if it's in like a stressful situation and you
Yeah.
want to switch that it costs stress.
There's no I can't think of the word. Hallways. If there's no hallways, if there are no other takers,
Objections?
yeah, objections. Grace seems to be the best person, I think.
Jim also has a decent presence, but it doesn't match his style at all.
Yeah, so you can for sure take that. And then there's the skeleton key, which unfortunately I don't think is going to do much for court because they already have advantage.
Oh, do you already have advantage? I was going to say court because you're our thieving person.
Yeah,
but...
they already have advantage because of their pick and pull abilities, so we could pass it to somebody else that might be.
What
Plus
is the
it's not
roll again?
shiny.
Finesse roll. But it gives you advantage, so it means you get a d6 when you're trying to open doors.
Something we could keep in the pot, or is it
Sure.
something someone has to have on them?
Yeah, I mean, there's no attunement, so you can just be like, here, use this key.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Although you could give it to Court because advantage kind of stacks. It just means that he would roll 2d6 and he would take the higher number. He wouldn't get both of the numbers. He would take the higher number rolled on the d6 when he goes to do it.
Just
That's
load 'em
how
up.
the advantage
Yeah.
does.
I'm down with that.
Remind me, because my brain just went. It's the rapier, right? The advanced
Yes.
rapier.
It's
Okay, cool.
improved, not advanced. Improved rapier.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Advanced is one step higher than improved.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so anyways, yeah, you've fully looted these bears and found a random array of equipment that you guys rolled for.
And you know, being raised to not waste, I absolutely make bear steaks.
Oh, yeah, no problem. The vegetarian makes bear steaks.
I mean, don't waste and stuff, and I know you guys will eat this, so I'd probably will. I mean, it's kind of against, my beliefs and stuff, because, animals are friends and not food, but, I don't want it to go bad. So if it's a measure of that, I guess I'd have to help you eat it, right?
I mean, up to you, I guess. Do you want help with those?
I mean, I guess it depends on how thick you want your steak, because... these might be a little thin for you. Do you want larger ones?
Preferably.
You want to start a fire?
Sure.
Friend Triss needs to rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
let's-
anyone's got bandages, just holds up her arm, which is just mangled.
Just shredded.
She's like, yes, it's fine.
Maybe you
But
should
yeah,
sit down.
it is nighttime, so we can fully go into a long rest scenario, which means that you could choose your 2 from your list, which includes tend wounds, clear stress, repair armor, prepare, and work on a project. You can choose 2 of them.
I'm going to work on the marketing for our for our group.
Nice.
Oh, man. If I switch armor, do I need to repair it?
I believe so. Let me double check the rules. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes,
Okay.
but let me double check.
Did you say 2 options for the long rest?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Anyone else doing prepare?
No, I'm tend wounds and then repair armor probably.
Cord will tend to your wounds.
I think you have to do it to yourself. Oh no, you can also do this in ally. I said, "Oh, that'd be nice. Thank you."
I think Jim is going to prepare and also work on the marketing project. I think we need to come up with a really catchy name for that tag team maneuver.
Which
think
tag
Angel of
team? Because
Death
there was a
works
couple
really well.
there. I'm sorry, what was
that's
that,
a
Grace?
good point.
So for ours, I think Angel of Death works really well.
Nice.
And then for Triss and Court, it could be you can have my axe.
I was going to say thorn in your side.
That works too.
You can have my axe, and you can have my spores.
We should use that one
Oh,
for like
no,
me
then
just
you-
hucking you across a battlefield. Just use the momentum from an axe swing to just.
I lean against Kavoon and work out the issues in my armor and kind of bandage up myself, healing myself and fixing my armor.
Is there anyone else who is preparing?
Yeah, I'll be
if-
preparing with you.
If Court's handling my healing, then I might prepare too.
How do you think
So
we do
if-
that together?
If at least 2 people are preparing, whoever prepares gets 2 hope instead of 1.
Oh, okay.
And if you switch your armor slots do not refresh, so you would need to repair. Still, I was like, I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere, but there's like 1 line in 1 spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure I read this. Where did I read this?
And sometime during the night, when it's my watch, somebody wakes up because I'm running around chasing bugs and putting them in little jars and kind of giggling to myself.
What do you want to do with these bugs?
Well, in the future, they may come in handy for my new ability.
Ah, yes. Of course. So, okay, because I was looking for information. Maggie, what is Grace doing on their long rest?
I'm working on the marketing with Jim.
Yep. You get to do 2 things. Is there
Okay.
anything else that you're doing?
And then I will prepare.
Okay. Lauren, what is Triss doing?
Preparing armor, and then if someone else is handling, I think Court's handling my healing, so I will also prepare.
All right. And Court?
Yep, I'll be preparing and sending wounds to Triss.
Awesome. And Jeremy?
I mend my armor and tend to my wounds.
Awesome. And Ed?
Jim is preparing and working on the marketing project.
Awesome. So just know, Lauren, that means you still have your stress.
Yes. And also I rolled my D4. Do I roll? I realized.
Oh no, whoever is tending to your wounds
Okay.
rolls. But I
Thanks,
think
I
it
rolled a
clears
4,
all of it
but-
on a long rest. I think it clears all of it on a long rest.
Yes.
You only
Okay.
roll on a short rest. A long rest just clears all of it.
Court's going to
Okay.
use his new ability as he heals and prepares with Triss and Ed. And like little tendrils will crawl out from him and attach to their spine. We are one. We will succeed. We are one. We are one. Over and over in their hive mind that I have formed with them.
Well, that's not effing creepy.
Disturbing. But it worked, so.
It feels
I'll
really
take it.
nice. You know, like intellectually that this should
Mhm.
be disturbing, but honestly, it just feels so nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to do over your long rest? Not, we can move on to the next day. Okay. Yeah. The new day comes, it dawns. You're just off the road, like just in the beginning edges of the forest. You know that this is where you're gonna have to go off of the road. This like crumbly road continues through the Broken Spine down to Armelia, but you need to turn off to head towards the Wailing City. So this travel will not be as easy the previous day, is there is no direct path to the Wailing City on this travel day. So who is going to head your travel? Who's going to guide you where you want to go?
Do you want me to lead? Because I can.
Instinct is navigate, and mine is a 0, so...
Mine's +2 now.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
That sounds like a you thing to do.
And just so it's above board, I spent fear during your long rest on a countdown. So
To a
Just letting
birthday
you know.
party.
you don't know what the countdown is.
Right.
I also still have 8 fear. I spent 1 fear and I still have 8 fear. So who knows what's coming down the line for y'all?
Alright.
Do I add I know places to this as well?
Yeah, you
My
can.
experience.
Yeah, you
There
would.
you
go.
You would have to spend hope. You would have to spend hope, but you can edit.
That's fine. And because I prepared, I get 2 hope as well.
Yeah, anybody who prepared got 2 hope instead of 1.
Yeah.
And everything gets cleared on a long rest, right?
No,
Okay,
just the things that you did.
Cool.
Which is why, like, some people still look a little stressed.
Oh god, that's a 21
With
with fear.
thank you. Aww, you guys are the best.
Thanks, B.
That's good.
Yeah, no, you've spent a lot of time traveling, even not on roads, so you can pretty easily, like, you've seen a map. While you haven't been to the Wailing City itself, you've seen a map, and you can directionally use where the sun is rising and the shadows and the moss on the trees to guide you, your group, fairly easily through these woods. I will say I'm going to spend another fear to mark down another countdown.
Is this the same countdown or adding another countdown?
You don't know. You
Okay.
don't. So the fun things about countdowns is, like, if there's combat countdowns, then I'll tell you what, like, those countdowns are for and when I'm spending it for. But there's also countdowns in the larger sense of the world, like mechanics of things happening in the background of the world that I can spend fear to create them forward. So, like, a thing that they use an example for is there's, like, somebody that is preparing to attack a town. And so there's, like, these different points that lead up to the attack happening. And the GM can spend fear to go to, like, the next notch in something that's happening in the background. So there can be grand scale countdowns, there can be smaller scale countdowns of things that are moving in the background that I am spending fear to
Nice.
activate.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Is Grace still looking really injured, by the way?
Yep.
Court will climb down Triss while Grace is leading the way and like waddle up to her and pull a potion out of his backpack and offer it up to her.
We do have the pool too.
He stole it from the pool.
Okay.
We found this otherwise.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh,
Are
we
you
don't
gonna-
understand that.
Are you gonna take the health potion?
Yes.
Okay, so you
And
can roll a
I
d4.
give head pats to Court.
Yeah.
So
You can roll a
that's-
d4 and clear that much hit points.
And that moves us from 3 to 2 health potions in the pool. Just so
I
everyone
think that
knows.
was from his personal.
That's from his personal. I said I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic to Court. Sorry.
No, this was my starting one that I had.
I rolled a 1. Let's go.
You clear 1 hit point.
Wow. Hey, that's something.
And guess
It
what?
is something.
I think I have another health potion, so that one reminds me that I have another health potion, so I'm gonna drink my other one.
Yeah. Go through those resources.
I rolled another 1! I'm gonna
The D4s
New
are not
dice.
liking you today.
I did my most expensive dice is like, fuck you.
Where are the crystals when we need them?
I don't believe
Hold
in
on,
crystals. I believe in switching dice. That's why I have so many.
See, I didn't, and then the amount of times that I've held Maggie's crystal up to my, like, d20s and then rolled a natural 20 is, like, more than just, like, coincidence.
Love it.
Maggie knows that I don't let her crystals touch any of my dice. My dice are fine the way they are.
I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
pull
the
a
rest of
Will
the table is
Wheaton.
like, oh.
I'm gonna pull a Will Wheaton one day and just go up to your table when you're not there and just
No, my dice are telling a story that they want to tell, and the crystals don't need to interfere with that. But anyways,
It's
yeah,
okay.
you're moving through this forest, and as you're moving through this forest, it's vastly different from your home forest, Triss. It's not quite as grand. It's very kind of scraggly, and there's actually not a lot of leaves. It's very like scraggly and bare and kind of dark. This mist kind of starts coming in slowly throughout the day, almost to the point where you don't like notice it at first until like hours later you're like, where did all this mist come from? Like it just slowly creeped in throughout the day, making it a little more difficult to continue to find your way as the sun is kind of just behind this opaque shield. So if Grace is still leading, I'm gonna need another instinct roll.
trying to point something out to my brother that's at his feet. Thank you. Okay. Hey, I got hope this time.
Great.
Instinct. Is it still? Do I still add I know places?
If you spend a hope, you can.
Okay. Well, that leaves me in the same place. So that is, hold on, math. 17.
Yeah, so it's getting a little more difficult. You still have a pretty good idea of where you're going, but it's getting later in the day. It's passing into evening now. It's starting to get darker. And it comes to the point where you realize, oh, you're going off course a little bit, almost unintentionally. You realize that feeling that you heard about from the woman in the bar has been slowly creeping up on you, and so you've been almost unnoticeably skirting away from that feeling. And now it's, darkness is almost upon you, and it's gonna be another couple hours before you get there, and it's gonna be hard, because if it affected you that much without you realizing it, you're gonna need to be in the right frame of mind to push
Maybe
forward.
we rest here.
I think we rest here.
Like the look of this land in the dark. Not that I liked it during the day either, but find a place to camp.
Yeah. there's not any really great places here. Nothing that speaks warm and comfort in this area. But you managed to find an area that you can like set up a tent and light a fire and settle down for the night. What is your watch order going to be?
Triss can take first watch.
Cork can take second.
I'll take third.
Cool. You only really need 3 watches, so you can feel free to double up on some of them if you want to. There's no real like fast and hard like hours rule like there is in D&D, so
I'll take third.
Yeah, Jim, I think, is pretty fresh. He'll take first watch.
awesome.
So you're with me then.
Yeah, so you settle down for your long rest. And first on watch is Triss and Jim. So the other 3 of you settle down for watch. I'm going to spend a fear to activate a countdown. And then I'm also going to spend some more fear to activate some enemies.
We supercharged our GM with fear.
Rude. Rude.
Yeah.
From one combat too, because we were just all rolling.
Oh
so hard.
no! I had 8 at the start of the session from the last session.
Just in general. Just in general.
So you
we're
just
not
gave
rolling.
me the fear that I spent in the
No.
combat. Because every bite attack cost fear. So every time you just gave me fear, I just bit you.
Okay.
But yeah, so I spent a fear to activate a countdown, which brings some enemies onto the scene. I am going to need instinct rolls from Jim and Triss. The other 3 of you are asleep, but you do get a short rest, so you can choose your 2 short rest options if you wish to. Jim and Triss do not.
Does anyone have wounds still?
I do.
I will tend to your wounds.
Oh, thank you. I have
That's
a
one.
singular wound.
Wait, did we all get a
Yay.
short rest, or just the people that were not on watch?
Just the people that were not on watch.
Okay.
Just for this instance. They can tend to you if they want to use their actions, but in this instance.
I would have prepared and probably helped to take a look at Triss's armor. See if I could help her.
My
prepare it.
armor's fine. What's dogging me right now is stress.
Yeah, I don't think I can clear your stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, stress
Actually-
is something you can only solve yourself.
Actually, no, I can. If we were traveling, well, I would have said that later. Before we would have bedded down, I would have tried to help, actually. 'Cause I
Yeah,
could
what do you
reverse-
want to do?
I could clear stress from her on a one-for-one basis to me.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Stress
Yeah, with
swap.
your inspirational words. With your inspirational
Oh.
words.
I'll form the hive mind with her again. We are
Sick.
one. We are unstoppable. And just be like, take the 5 stress. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, because you need your stress. I'll take the 4 because I
3.
don't want to. Yeah, I'll take.
I only have 3 right now.
Oh, you only have 3? I'll take the 3 then. And then I'll
Thank you.
prepare and
Oh,
relieve
wow.
my own stress.
I'm down for the hive mind now.
Pretty
You do that, and Trish is
useful.
like, sick. Yeah, hive mind. Let's go. Cool. I am rolling into this full up. Then let's go.
Yeah, and I relieved one of the on the D4. Maggie cursed roll 20's D4.
Right.
Wait, hang on. Thank you. Clear that D4.
Sorry, I'm just setting some stuff up in the background. I'm listening to all of your antics. But yeah, Triss and Jim can give me their instinct rolls.
12 with hope. So,
Take your hope.
Here.
I will take that fear back. Thank you.
oh no.
Not that one.
I did do the thing where I swapped which ones were my hope and fear die for this too.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah, so we will bring out this guy.
I have to say that my smiley day dice are carrying me through for the most part on hope.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I love a good smiley days. Okay.
Friendly Mulligan is rocking it with my hope. It's my dropout.
I got
dice.
nobody in my corner here. All of my dice have been like, nah.
I would offer you dice, but Florida.
Yeah. Fair.
Just gonna mark some things really quick. Because these are different kinds of enemies, but they all have the same token. So I'm just marking them real quick.
Oh, you have the Copper Blossoms dice still. Every time I look, I'm like, okay, next time I look, if they're still there, I'm going to order them.
Yeah, they're still there. You can still get them.
Do it.
Now I want to pull out the ones that you gave me at WonderCon because they're so pretty, but again, they are buried deep in one of 3 bags.
It's all good. Yeah, so Jim, you do not notice anything happening at the moment. But luckily for you, you're seated right next to Triss, who does hear these like kind of low groaning moans coming out from the mist, and she notices like on the edge of this the tree line near where you guys are settled, these forms coming out, these ghostly ethereal forms moving out of the mist and encroaching towards your campsite. I will say I am going to spend some fear to have these creatures move first, but because you rolled high enough, you will have time to warn the rest of your party if you wish to.
Yeah, I think Triss sees that and immediately gets to her feet and goes, acts out and goes, eyes up, something's coming.
Yeah, so there are 8 enemies on the board. I have spent 4 fear because it costs 1 fear to do 1 action token. So each of these enemies will get a move before you guys. Just so you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, first up gonna be these guys are just gonna move in. It takes their action to get. They don't attack, but it takes their action to get like right up next to you. Yeah. These guys just move into here also surrounding you, but also don't get an attack. These
I have a feeling this
ones.
is gonna keep happening in combat. It's just me getting surrounded. It happened last time too.
Right? I mean, you are 12
I
feet
wonder
tall
why.
and have you're 12 feet tall and have antlers, so
It's fair.
This one gets up and is able to attack you. It does get overwhelmed because one or more of its allies are within very close range of you, which means that if it hits, its damage is doubled. So we're gonna roll to see if this creature attacks you. So this one looks different. The other ones look like kind of humanoid shaped, very like kind of ghostly and wraith-like. This one is like a pulsing mass of this sickly green energy that just feels awful. Does a 7 hit?
Yes.
Great.
My evasion is now 4.
Oh well,
But you still have the rune.
Oh, I do.
s-
Thank you for reminding me.
I rolled low, so that's 8, which it becomes 16 points of physical damage.
Oh, wait, so it was 16, but oh no, I'm not unstoppable. Shit.
No,
Okay.
so but you can roll the rune to see what you reduce it by first.
That's 1.
All right, so it becomes 15 damage.
Okay. And then I'm gonna spend an armor slot, which takes it down to 5, and so I'll mark a stress.
Yeah.
It's physical, so you didn't get half on it.
I'm not in unstoppable right now because I haven't had a turn.
Oh, gotcha.
That's something I have to activate, like rage, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then this one has to use its movement and is gonna move up past towards you guys, but doesn't
hell.
get an attack because it used its action for a movement. So that means it's back to you guys.
I kind of just try and whirlwind all these ghosts, unless anyone else has something they want to do.
I think you should get into unstoppable.
All right, yeah, we're firing up unstoppable.
Yeah, do it. And you want to try and whirlwind these guys? I mean,
yeah, so I'm gonna try and hit the one that looks a little different.
Okay, so the one that has the little red dot is the one that is glowing like sickly. Then there's the ones with the blue dots that just look a little more solid, a little more present space.
Okay,
But you can definitely target.
I'll go for the red one. That's the red dot one that's right in front of me.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's hopefully hit something. Okay. There we go. I just needed to swap them. That is 19 with hope.
Yeah, take your hope. That hits.
So that is 2d10 plus a d6 with unstoppable.
Yeah.
Dig that out. Okay. That is 17 points of damage, and then I will spend a hope to do whirlwind. So how many of those things are within very close range of me?
All of them except for the other red dot one. That one's just
6.
outside.
All
very
of them
close.
take half damage.
Okay, so what was your total that you rolled?
So total was 17 points of damage.
Okay, so the big one that you strike, you notice it doesn't seem to take the full amount of the damage that you did, but it does take 9 damage. It does take 9, so just have to check. Okay, and so then that's 9 to the other ones. These other 4 that were here, like these regular looking ones, are all just gone. They just they like split into mist and are just
Let's go.
gone. So let's see. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, those of us who are asleep can just go back to sleep since
This has got
Chris
this.
has this, right?
They got it. She got it.
She yells, and you all wake
However-
up all as soon as we go, it's fine.
The other two
JK.
that are standing there, you took a nice big chunk out of them, but they just kind of took it and are looking at you, the blue dotted ones. But that was with Hope. So, somebody else. Yeah, Court.
Can,
Go ahead, Ed.
can we tell the one that didn't seem to take damage? Was it as if Triss's battle axe was like passing through it, not finding purchase? Can we tell if this is like a physical resistance situation?
Yes,
Okay.
it looks like the battle axe just didn't. It seemed to resist the damage from the battle axe. You're not sure if it's just physical damage, but it did seem to resist the damage.
So I think this is a situation where Jim's attention snaps to that particular specter or ghost, whatever it is,
Mhm.
and sort of with a smirk, he looks at Triss. He says,
Use the right tools.
and he grasps his magic stones in his hands and lashes out at it with his magically enhanced fists.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So you move into. Do you have to be in melee to use your gauntlets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you just move around into melee with the creature and strike out at it.
And then that is one of my Orderborn dedications. Using the
Yeah.
right
So you can
tools.
use the D20 instead of a D12.
Ooh.
For his hope. dice.
So go ahead, roll that with the D20 hope. And that is a 23 with hope.
Yeah, take your hope and you fully just clock this glowing, sickly green figure that is staring down Triss at the moment. Roll your damage.
That's going to come out to 12 damage. Magical damage.
Yeah. Absolutely. It seems to take all of your damage as you strike it firmly across its figure. Yes, Court.
All right. If I was right here, would all of them be in close range?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if there's AOOs in this or not for moving past enemies. Is there?
Not unless I decide that
Okay.
that there is. It's wibbly wobbly.
All right. Court's going to move there and start doing his shaking bit again and then throw a ton of spores up in the air.
Mhm.
And I'm going to spend 2 extra hope on him as well.
Yes, you spending 4 hope in total?
Yep. We're going to go
for it.
try to go major sneak attack damage on all of them since Triss is in melee with those 3 and then melee
Let's
down there
go.
at the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, good roll. 14, 17. But it'll be with fear.
Okay, well, I will take that fear. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, you release your spores and they fall down on all of these creatures. Give me your damage roll, which would be 2d10 and 3d8. Oh, sorry, 1d10 and 3d8.
Yep,
They're not
and this is
vulnerable.
magic damage specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, I rolled really bad. 13.
Yeah. So, the two beefier looking ones seem to dissipate as the spores hit them. and dissipate into mist. While the other two like glowing sickly green creatures are still standing, but they kind of they didn't like the spores shrieking down at them. However, that means that it is my turn. So the sickly green one that's in front of Grace is going to reach out and just
Leave me alone.
slash out at you.
It's gonna have a tea party with me, with cakes and
Does a
crumpets.
modified 20 hit?
No, surprisingly. Yes, it does.
Do you want your stone thing back?
You take 11 points of physical damage.
You know, I'm gonna have to take 3 hit points on that.
3. 11 is above your severe?
It's my major is 8, and my minor is 3. So what's
What's
3
your-
plus 8? What is
What is your severe?
my severe is 15.
Yeah, so you take major damage, which is 2 hit points, because it's between your major and severe.
Okay.
Unless you're
And the
using an
left-
armor slot to reduce.
So,
Is it?
but okay, but the
Is that what you're talking about?
But there's leftover damage, right?
No. It's in between your major and severe. So you
Okay.
just take major damage.
Okay.
They don't
So,
stack up.
so the way,
and
yeah, it doesn't stack. So wherever
Okay.
the damage falls, that's how much damage you take
Okay. Cool.
in your thing. If it's double your severe, if it's double or more of your severe, you take 4 hit points instead of 3. But the most hit points you can lose is 4 in one attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, so it fully is just clawing and striking at you with these like wispy green tendrils. The other one is going to attack Jim. There are enemies within very close of you, which means that its damage is doubled if it hits you.
I thought the other two blue died, you said.
No, there were other ones that were not marked that died.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, misunderstood.
Also, yes, those 2 blue ones did go down, but they have a thing, so...
Oh, okay. I
They have
can
a
step
thing.
in and take that damage if you want.
Does a 10 hit?
Oh, no.
A 10 does hit.
Okay. Do you want to step in and take that damage, Tress?
Yeah, I'll do it. Especially if it's doubled. I can take it because there's another ability that I did not remember. So We're doing
So
great.
that's 22 points of physical damage, which is
Okay,
halved
I'm
because
unstoppable.
of unstoppable, which is 11. So you can roll your
Mhm.
rune ward.
yes, which that's cocked. That's 3. And
Which
so
makes it 8.
yes, which is my minor. I can spend hope instead of armor slots.
Yes, you
to
can.
bring down because it's stalwart, which I forgot about. So I just want to use that to just wipe it all out. Don't even take a stress for it.
Yeah, you fully step in and just like crossbar and push it back, and no damage is taken from its attacks. However, the 2 that went down from the spores attacks start reforming from the mist, like they dissipated and now they're reforming. And I'm spending a fear to get 2 more activation tokens to do that. And then I'm also spending another fear to bring out 2 more enemies to kind of just pop up behind this group over here, forming out of the mist. And that'll bring it back to you guys.
Is
I'm
not
gonna
awake?
attack the one right in front of me.
What's going on? Why are you all making so much noise? Can't you just... What the hell are those?
Grace, you can absolutely attack the one that's right in front of you.
Unleash chaos. I'm gonna 2 bolts
Nice.
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
can.
Give me an instinct roll.
That is. Okay, that is what I thought it was. Okay, so that's a 19.
Hit. Roll your damage.
Need another d10. Hold on. Where's my d10s? I rolled a 16. I rolled 2 8s.
Yeah.
I wish there was a crit. God.
So how do you blast apart this like sickly green looking creature?
Sorry.
It was celebrating your success.
Right?
You destroyed the creature. How did you do it?
With balloons, apparently.
They're allergic to latex. The balloons went out.
But seriously, how do you
I
dissipate this creature in front of you?
I pull a Shrek. I pull a Shrek from. I turn into Shrek from Fiona and blow into them like that one snake.
Do you seriously do that?
No,
Oh.
no.
It made me
What
smart.
are you doing?
I shoot out my snakes at them, and then I'm like, because it woke me up by attacking me.
Yeah, these snakes just fully bite through it and just squish, and there's just like this glow of sickly energy before it just kind of goes away. Was that with hope or fear?
That was with hope.
Yeah, still on you guys.
I was trying to remember which one I did.
I'm gonna get out. Is this one still here?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that one is gone. That one is dissipated. There have been 2 that reformed behind you in Kuvan, though. Or formed behind you in Kuvan.
What? Let's go. Why does he look different?
Does anyone
Are you
answer
doing
why they look?
anything?
Does anyone answer why they look different?
We don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna wing my blade at this fine fellow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get in with him.
What's your range on your weapon?
Far.
Okay.
Well, that's crap. That's 5 with hope.
Well, you take the hope, but you wing the blade out at these 2 like misty creatures that have formed behind you, and it fully just wings right past it. And as it swings back to come back to you, it does that full like boomerang miss. It misses going out and it misses coming back.
Damn it.
And the creature just moves up to you because that brings it back to me. And shrinks out at you while this one also encroaches on you. And they're going to do a group attack on you. Does a modified 20 hit?
I am going to mark a stress to make you re-roll an attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 misses.
Yeah, so these like misty forms, they're kind of trying to surround you, and you're just like,
As I do.
just dodging out of the way. This one, however, is going to Yeah, it's going to strike out at Triss, who is sitting right in front of it, because they blocked its last attack. So, yeah, it's gonna strike out at Triss. That was a 5 hit.
Yes.
Awesome. 22 points of damage becomes 11. You can use your
still
rune
have
ward.
stone. For 6, that brings it down to 5.
5.
And actually, I will spend a hope to negate the rest of it.
Cool. This one has a fun ability where I can spend fear to activate it twice in a turn, so it's going to attack you again.
Rude.
Does an 8 hit.
Yes.
So it's 18, becomes 9. You can roll your rune ward.
6 again.
Becomes 3.
Alright, I'll take that stress.
Awesome. And then yeah, this one is going to move up onto Cortinarius. So that's my last action. And it's going to attack you.
Oh, sure. We aren't scared. We have Triss.
Does a 17 hit?
17 will hit.
Triss, are you going to take this damage?
Does it get that, like, doubled effect? Is that something I would...
You don't know. These ones haven't attacked yet.
Yeah, he's my little buddy. I'll take it.
So you're gonna... Does it cost a stress to use that ability?
It does.
Okay. Just make sure you're marking that off.
I am.
Okay, so that is 10 points of physical damage, which becomes 5, and you can roll the rune ward.
4, so there's still 1 point.
Yep, 1 point of damage.
So
you take another stress. Or
I'll
you can use it.
It feels so silly to use an armor slot for that can reduce 10 to do 1, but I will use an armor slot.
Yeah, you take nothing. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's back to you guys. They're fully just like encroaching in and trying to overwhelm you as they're
Cool. Either Jim or Court, does anyone want to do a combo move?
Oh, absolutely.
Go for it.
Pick one of us.
So I'm gonna use my new ability, Soldier's Bond, and I'm gonna turn to Jim and be like, sometimes the right tool needs its pair. And, does that work to do my ability, or do I need to do something more for that?
So that's totally fine. So you do your ability, that gives both of you 3 hope, and then are you immediately spending that 3 hope to activate?
Yes. To activate a combo move. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. We both get 3 hope, and then I'm gonna spend 3 hope to do a combo move. And okay, so I'm trying to think. My idea was sort of like somehow channeling your magic through like my blade to get more reach, because my reach is close as opposed to melee.
Very close.
Yeah, very close as opposed to melee. Which I don't know if that's...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could totally, like, you could use your whirlwind attack and combo it and make it magical damage to hit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to do.
Yes, combo moves are made for this. This is what it's for.
Okay. Because if I combine, if we hit and I combine it with whirlwind, I can get all 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a charge, like a magically charged axe.
So I'm imagining that Jim sort of reaches up to the heavens and he shouts,
"Wondermaker, empower our weapons!"
And that glowing energy hits his fist, and then he sort of sends it right over to Triss, and her battle axe becomes enshrouded in light.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Triss
So
will
both of
give
you,
a battle cry and just go for it.
yeah. So roll your duality dice, both
Okay.
of you. Tell me what you get. What'd you
Double
get?
ones.
Oh,
Hey, critical
Nice.
success! I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna take that. So you both get a hope, and you both get to clear a stress.
That's the part I'm most excited about, is clearing the stress.
right.
Yeah. So roll your damage dice, and then tell me what dice you're rolling for your damage.
I roll a d10 for my damage. +6 because I'm unstoppable.
So you have a D10 and a D6, okay? What do
Yes.
you have? Jim.
So can I take flight as part of this, as my
Yeah.
subclass feature? Okay.
Oh, this is gonna look so sick.
So what are the dice that you're rolling for your damage?
All right. So I'm doing 2d10 plus 5 plus 1d8. Comes out to 16 damage from Jim's
Okay, so
side.
it's 38,
28.
34 plus 16 is 50. What did you roll?
It had a terrible damage roll. That is 10 total.
So 60 points of damage once you get all the critical stuff, because you get the full damage dice for all of those dice plus whatever you rolled. So 60 points of damage to the main red person, and then because you use whirlwind, 30
It's
points of
half to
damage
anyone
to
else I
the
can
other
reach.
two. And it's magical damage, all of it's magical damage. So you fully shred all of these creatures. Please paint me a picture of what this flight magical combo whirlwind
God.
maneuver
I
looks.
imagine it's like, yeah, you like summon the light and like fly up into the air as the light hits, and then like channel it into me, and it's just screaming, glowing 12-foot tall giant just wrecks everything in the vicinity in one blow.
I'm imagining that as Triss is just laying about with her battle axe, you know, augmented as it is by this this power, it's almost as if Jim is like flying around, almost like an extension, like of her own weapon, wherever it is cutting into these things. So there is he, just like eating them and ripping them apart.
And fully, in the blink of an eye, if you weren't watching, these creatures are just gone. No
Yes.
remnants. It's just mist. Yes, Court.
After this, how bad's Grace looking?
Stressed.
Oh, you're not hurt, though.
I'm not super hurt, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Well, you still got a few over here, so I'm going to move over here. And as I get close to her, I'll sneak around and like attach the tentacles to the back of her head, really quick. We are one, and I'll heal you for one, and take a stress.
Knots.
Are there? It's just the two left, right?
Yeah, it's just the two left.
Even though I heard the whirlwind of death behind me, I am a little concerned about these two. I pull out the jar of bugs. This one has some fireflies in it, and I open it up. And even though there's like just like a couple of fireflies, maybe 5, I like kind of tilt it and then breathe over it, and they fly out and multiply and surround these two.
Yeah.
And 11 on Hope and 9 on the other, so that's 20.
Yeah.
That's my spellcast roll against them. Does that hit?
Yeah, that
Excellent.
hits. Take your hope.
And then I will do 2d8 fire damage. Or sorry, magic damage. 7 and 2 is 9.
Yeah, how do you shred these? How do your
Nice.
little fireflies,
Yeah.
your massive fireflies that just duplicate and duplicate and duplicate,
So
take
they like
out?
begin to like form around them, and the like gooey ectoplasmic form of them begins to smolder and burst into flame until it's just like these little cinders left, and then those wink out and they are no more. And
Oh,
then
that sounds
the
like
fireflies go back into the thing, but there's only 5 of them again. And I smile at them and I screw the lid back on. Remind me to
Yes, that.
remind me.
You could poke holes in the lid of this, because I think they're gonna need air.
Most living things do.
They're gonna need air.
Oh, this sounds like an amazing place to leave off our second episode of Daggerheart. Kind of a full flip from the first episode to lots of combat. Got to use lots of abilities. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the people watching enjoyed it. But we'll see if they make it to the Wailing City and what.
One
awaits
question
them
before I
there.
forget, because I'm going to forget before next week. The direction that they came from, like when I woke up and I looked and they were over by the other group, is that towards the Wailing City?
Yeah, it's where the don't go feeling. They
Gotcha.
kind of formed out of the mist from there.
That's what I was guessing. Hello, Kitty.
She's
But
back.
but I wasn't totally sure. Cool. Anyone have anything coming up that they want to throw out there and talk about and hype up?
I mean, I'm gonna be
Carly took a
back
lot
in
of cool
LA
pictures.
finally.
Yeah. Carly took a bunch
Nice.
of cool pictures at WonderCon, so keep an eye out on Instagram for those.
Nice. And tomorrow
Liam
we
liked
have...
one of them.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Nice.
You had a
tomorrow-
heart attack. Everyone's been sending that to me.
Tomorrow we have Eberron the Night Watch Affair Part 2, which is the finale. Tune in for that. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday, come and join me while I make the goblin from last night's game, Puka, over on Miniature Mondays, which is at 3 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Also, shout out to Chipeku for the awesome map. If you haven't seen Sam Riegel's commercial for Chepeku, then you're missing out. You should go watch that. Thanks again, and we will see you all. Oh, I did forget Patreon. Thank you, Raven, for being our Great Worm Patreon supporter. It's always appreciated. If you are watching and want to go support us on Patreon, well, I could type Patreon correctly, but spelling apparently is not my forte this evening.
Patron, not
Patron.
Patreon.
You are a patron of our Patreon. Head over there and do so. You get behind the scenes things and free stuff. So thanks again. We will see you soon for other things. I actually have to talk to you about
And
next
next week.
Carly, because
Okay,
I have a
that's
thing
fair.
going on, but we'll talk about that.
I mean,
And,
life happens. It's
right.
expected.
If you're interested in catching it next time, you can go follow the channel's Twitter and all the things so that you can be updated, or just hit that follow button right now and you'll know when we go live. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.